Namaste, yogis. Welcome back. My name is Danielle, and today I have a short, sweet relaxation class for you. Today we're going to use all of our props, so go ahead and grab your pillows and blankets, cushions, whatever you have that you think will work to make yourself comfortable. We'll start in a reclined position, but not all the way down. It's actually a supported heart opening pose. So we'll use a rectangle bolster if you have one. If not, go ahead and grab a pillow off of your bed. And then I'm going to use one of my towels. You can take the towel and place it towards the top of the bolster. And if you fold the top over slightly down about a quarter of the way, that way you have 3 levels. You have the cushion, the towel, and then another folded section of the towel for your head. From here, you're going to come onto your sitting bones, and your hands will help you lower yourself down. I like to have a little space between my sacrum and the bolster, but you can adjust yourself accordingly. And you may have to do that a couple of times. So I'm sure you've heard the saying, less is more. I don't think I really understood less is more until I've had my kids, but today we're going to do 2 poses to help us relax. Maybe you had a busy Thanksgiving or Friendsgiving. Perhaps you went and did Black Friday. Whatever it might be, you're prepping for the holiday season. So we're in a heart-opening pose. Our arm bones are dropping down and back, and you can bring your arms down by your sides and even take your hands and rest them on the sides of the body down by the hip creases. See how that feels. Close your eyes, let your knees fall together. Breathe out through the mouth. Let the eyes start to close. And let yourself arrive in the pose by breathing out several more times. Feeling the eyes starting to soften and relax. The back of the head on the blanket. The spine on your pillow and the sit bones on the earth. You may want to release the arms now, down by the sides, just slightly away from the hips. And as you start to settle in the pose, continue to soften your face. Softening through the forehead and scanning the body, moving down through the cheeks, the jaw, the mouth. Try to soften your eyes a little further. It helps if you place a towel, like a washcloth, over your eyes, or a small eye pillow, nothing too big. Try to let all distractions begin to just move off into the distance. If it helps, continue to focus on your exhale, possibly even counting the length. And feeling this relaxing, softening sensation. Move into the tongue and to the back of the throat. Down the throat, softening the neck. And try to relax the heads of the arm bones. Feel the pillow beneath you and see if you can Actively surrender in that space. And as you do that, feel your elbows and your forearms, the backs of the hands all resting on the ground. Allowing the front side of the body to undo any rounding. And moving down towards your belly, feel the belly softening and relaxing after each exhalation. Perhaps feeling peace within. Deeply relaxing the hip creases and the inner thighs, inner edges of the knees, letting them be supported by each other. Moving to the back side of the body, the low back space. Just feel ease in the low back. Ease in your kidneys, your adrenal glands, the muscles that line the spine. Moving up to the back of the neck, slowly back over the top of the head. Feel your eyes looking now to the center of the chest. And relax in this peaceful space within. Calming, sweet space where there's just the right amount of balance. Not too much energy, not too little, just right. That sattvic state. Stay here for a couple more moments. If the mind awakens, return back to the length of the breath. You have done so much, there's nothing else to do except let go. And you can start to feel an inhalation come through the nose. Picture it as a light of energy and watching that ray of light move through the body, shining bright, spreading just the right amount of energy to awaken. And start to wiggle your fingers. Let your eyes open and blink a few times. Maybe take some wrist circles, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. You can take the hands together and stretch them back overhead. Take a breath into the two sides of the body and breathe out. Now roll onto your side. Take a fetal position for a few breaths so you can feel how the physical body is shifting, calming the nervous system out of fight and flight mode into rest and digest. And from here, you can push yourself up, drape your head towards the heart, bring your elbows towards your ribs, and hold your head in your hands. It's okay to move slow and to move in this way where you're just offering yourself so much love and compassion. Thumbs are right below the the cheekbones. The fingers on your forehead. Relax your belly. Feel a breath on the low back, so the bottom of the lungs fill up. And breathe out. Let's push the head up to neutral. Release the hands down onto the thighs. Give yourself a smile. And let the eyes start to open up. Hopefully you're in a space where the lights are off or nice and dim. It's always nice to have a few candles set up or some fairy lights. So for this next pose, I have a small bench that I'm going to use, but you could use the edge of your couch. You could use a kitchen chair or a regular desk chair. However, you can get your legs into 90 degrees. So I'm going to move my bolster and my blanket and just push those off to the side for right now. I'm going to grab the bench, place it on my mat. So my legs are going to go up here. I'm going to place another blanket here because I want a little bit more padding and height on my bench. Just lie down onto your back. You can grab another blanket for the back of your head. Oh, that's going to feel so good. And as you come onto your side, you take a fetal position. Bring the blanket down a little bit further and bring your legs up into 90 degrees. Now I could take another little blanket under there if I wanted to, but this feels so good. Now this is one option. If you do have a strap, you could place that around your thighs as well to hold your legs together. All right, now from here, just take your hands under your blanket or towel that you have under your head and just tuck the edges under. I recommend you just try to do this. You just tuck the edges under and it feels so good under your head. Your head is being cradled and supported. And then pull your shoulder blades down a little bit away from the ears. Bring the arms right down to the sides and lift the legs, get a little bit more length. Great for the psoas muscles here to relax. This thick muscle that goes from the vertebrae of the low back all the way down into the thigh bone. Let the eyes start to close. And again, we'll give ourselves permission to surrender. It is okay to be still and undo so that you can feel good. You can do this each evening that you have time over the weekend. Throughout the week, as many times as you can give yourself permission to rest. Let the eyes close, relax the forehead. Feel the points under your body, the head and the hands, the spine, the backs of the calves, resting. You can imagine as if you're breathing from the pelvic floor up towards the top of the head. And as you exhale, watching the breath move down slowly in the chest, the belly, and down into the legs. Like water moving down a stream or sand releasing from an hourglass. There's not much time left before the end of the year, But sometimes when we become still, we start to recognize maybe habits or patterns that we have that aren't serving us, that may be creating that heaviness in your life. And really acknowledging what those are is really the first step to creating some change. And let the eyes rest in the center of the heart space as you release a little further, as you go beneath the surface a little deeper. Silence is one of the best ways to relax. Really is a privilege to rest in silence. Any sounds that you might hear off in the distance, let them go. Just feel your body releasing, your mind settling. It's like shedding away all of the old leaves, just as a tree does in the fall. So that you can create new ones, new patterns that serve you better, new visions. Just curl the fingers in as you feel your breath. Maybe wiggle the toes and the ankles. Again, you can reach the arms overhead, press them up and over. And bring the knees into the chest. If you have the strap on your legs, take it off. Roll to one side. Cover the eyes yet once more. Thank yourself for this time you gave you. Thank yourself for the time you carved into your day. It is so very special to be able to slow down. It's much easier to keep moving forwards, to continue around that hamster wheel. But to slow down and make changes and create new patterns takes courage and strength and consistency, dedication. Let's use our hands, push yourself up. Finding an easy seat, cross the legs, lift your head up. Release the hands down. Let's bring the hands in front of the heart space, fingertips to touch, thumbs resting on the breastbone. Lean back a little bit. Find your balance on the sit bones. Take a few breaths and visualize your light within, expanding into your being. Letting that new energy energy rise to the surface. May you continue to move in this slow pace with your breath. Let's bow our heads to each other. Namaste. Thank you, yogis, for joining. Please show your love and press the subscribe button. I hope to see you again on the mat.